firstly, I don't know how much involvement they will have at Rangers. Obviously, it's been well documented that they are involved. But what I do know is that Leeds, they are a very, very well run club. Um, these guys are shrewd operators. They know exactly what they want. And listen, it can only be a positive for Rangers. I'm excited to see where Rangers go with it, to be honest. I know the work they've put in at Leeds and how they've really rallied around the club again and got it back now to the Premier League. So I'm excited to see how it goes at Rangers. They're good people within it. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really, really interesting. But it's I think it's exciting times to be a Rangers fan. I think they've went through the mill in recent years. So finally they've got an ownership that'll be good for the club. When there's an ownership, a new ownership, there's always from fans that always are skeptical of what the outcome is. You know, they've drawn up these plans for the redevelopment of Elland Road, and for that to happen, Leeds need to become an established Premier League side. And I think obviously they'll have looked at when we got promoted, and the club didn't quite build on it, and these guys won't make the same mistake. They'll make sure they do everything in their power to stop that happening. And yeah, I'm excited for both clubs, to be honest. I think both clubs have huge potential, big fan base. Obviously, it goes without saying, and if they get it right at both clubs, this is it's going to be big. Also, I'm not being disrespectful till the Leeds ownership before that, Andrea Radrazani and Victor Orda and Angus Kinnear at the time, who's now moved on. All three of them have moved on. They were very, very good. The club just needed to go to another level when they were in the Premier League, and they just didn't do it for whatever reasons, without getting into too much detail. So the 49ers have come in, and when there's a relegation, it's not easy, is it? It's difficult, not just on the playing side, but it's felt throughout the club. So they've done well to steady the ship and get a team capable on the pitch, in terms of recruitment and stuff like that. So the recruitment has been bang on, and I think that's maybe somewhere Rangers have lacked in recent years is a recruitment. But that doesn't happen overnight either, and it's not just about throwing money at something. I go back to Leeds, got promoted, and people think that it's just about going and spending 150 million. Now, I give me 150 million, I could spend it, but it's the recruitment is key, and that you've got to have the right people throughout the club, the good structure throughout the club for that to happen. So yeah, they've got Leeds in order, and let's hope they can do the same at Rangers. Yeah, well, recruitment's key, because you don't have to spend big money to get a top quality player. If you have the right recruitment department in place, you can find players that can bring you that quality. So yeah, it's a big summer for both clubs, because Leeds need to remain in the Premier League. I think they will do, and it's huge for Rangers as well, because they've got to close the gap to Celtic.
McGathy, you with him watching? Do you have any?
Who, sorry?
Paraag?
Yeah, I have a good relationship with Paraag. Really good relationship. He knows exactly what he wants, and I think that's a good thing. He's very, very passionate, but he's calm and collected, and you can be passionate and you can make decisions based on your passion. And what I will say about Paraag is he has that passion when he's invested in the club, and I don't mean money. I mean, when he's emotionally invested in the club, he's all in, but he's very, very calculated. He's a clever man and has good people around him as well. So yeah, listen, again, I can only speak good things of them for the job they've done at Leeds, and have a great relationship with Paraag.
That's a big home. Would you speak to him on a regular basis?
You could, his phone's over. That's the type of person he is. You could pick up the phone and you could call him, or you could message him, and he'll if he was ever in Leeds, you could easily go and have a coffee with him. That's because he cares about his players, he cares about the staff, and I think that's really, really important to have that connection within the club. So yeah, he's a really good guy, and as I say, I can't speak highly enough of him. Obviously, listen, Rangers is built on success. They have to get back to winning trophies, and they don't settle for second best. I mean, funny, I said to Paraag before, I said, if you get it right at Rangers, you'll never experience anything like it. Leeds, obviously, and if you can get it right at both clubs, it's incredible. And I've exchanged messages. I've obviously seen him at some games. towards the end of the season when there were rumors of it going through and stuff. So yeah, this is exciting times. This is big, a big summer and for everybody involved because Rangers haven't won enough trophies in recent years, and we know that in Scotland second best isn't good enough. So as a following Rangers myself, I know what it means to the fans and stuff. So I'm excited for what's ahead. But yeah, they've got to find a way of getting back to competing on all fronts, not just in Europe or whatever, because they've got to win trophies first and foremost, and they've got to have a squad capable of competing on all fronts. And that just doesn't mean a good starting 11. They need quality throughout the squad, and then the club, the board, and the club will be working really hard now to try and bring people in. But again, it's a hard one because Rangers want instant success. The fans want to win, and it doesn't always happen overnight. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.